Back to Terror by the Bay, I'm David. If this recording's a little too loud, I turned my mic up on 100% just to make sure that folks can hear this. I have to remember to turn it down tonight for my podcast with Marina and Gary. Off chance I blast through them like a foghorn in fog. Anyway, back from my vacation. Spent 6 days in the Niagara Falls region and St. Catharines region of Ontario, Canada with my friends Mike and Drew. My son was up with us. Had a great time. Pretty much nothing happened. We slept in, did a lot of gaming on our laptops and eating, and there was something about somebody taking a shot at Trump. Now, when I go on there and say, I'm on vacation and looking all grumpy, I'm not grumpy about doing the readings. That wasn't it at all. It's just more that, just grumpy because of fear that, oh my God, how badly did this just screw up everything? And I've had a couple of days to come down from that. And in the end of the day, and I did a spiritual reading on this as well. In the end of the day, the reading for why did this happen to Trump reminds me of the spiritual reading of why did Biden have to have a cold during the debate. For Trump, you can see where you're going to see where the GOP is going to circle the wagons around him. The Trumpers are all going to come in and they're going to protect their candidate, just like the people supporting Biden are all circling the wagons on that. And you notice that there's been no news stories whatsoever about Biden's age and how he should be kicked out of the White House and stuff like that. Those stories seem to have died off. We've had a major news cycle dump, and now all of a sudden this whole witch hunt, if you will, about removing Biden has gone very, very silent. They may come back to it, but there might be some other stuff that keeps this from going back there. And at that point, people aren't going to care. Silver linings. The other part when I did that reading was, again, with Trump, why did this happen? It's the fight. It's really establishing yourself. Whose side are you on? Are you on the side for democracy, or are you on the side for an authoritarian government? And I realized that for the two Trumpers that watch this video, mostly because most of my audience are not Trumpers, understand that the way the Supreme Court ruled that presidents can pretty much have no criminal immunity to anything is like the biggest birthday gift given to Donald Trump ever. If you don't think that's the case, then Joe Biden could anoint himself president for life and remove all the Republicans from Congress and from the Supreme Court as a presidential action, or to SEAL Team 6 to go in there and remove them. What they do with them is anybody's guess, whether they put them on Guantanamo Bay or just summary execution right there. And I'm not advocating for that. Nor does Joe Biden advocate for that. If Biden loses, there will be a peaceful transfer of power. But when Trump lost, there was no peaceful transfer of power. And now picture this, if he knew there was no criminal liability whatsoever, what he would order in order to maintain the presidency on the lies that the election was stolen. Why do I say lies? Because there hasn't been an ounce of proof that he's ever submitted in a court of law where facts matter, as opposed to opinions on media. There's been no evidence presented whatsoever. And you keep hammering on it all you want. End of the day, it's just one man screaming into the wind. There's not an ounce of proof with it. All right, but this is literally people choosing sides. There's not going to be any doubt which side of history you are on when you vote in this election. Whether you vote for Biden or you vote for Trump, you've made your commitment to whether you support democracy or not. All right? Or if you want an autocracy and an oligarchy like Russia and China have. And it's funny how Trump just really emulates Russia, like Putin. Just saying. Don't believe me? Just look who his mentor is, who his idols are. You can keep fooling yourself all you want. All right. This reading, I'm going to do a series of readings on the Trump family. And what their energy is feeling like right now with regards to the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. A lot of folks in the chat here are saying it was staged. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. We do know that shots were taken at him. We do know he was injured from those shots. We do know somebody was killed, and we do know some people were injured. Okay? Now, the events leading up to that, that's what the FBI is going to release. I wish I could say I trust everything coming out of the government these days, but I'll tell you this much. I trust more what the Joe Biden Department of Justice and FBI are going to tell us than I ever would with Trump. Because Trump's always about the story and spinning it to his advantage. Biden's more about reporting on facts. And the facts may be ugly and damning. It could just be something as simple as the Secret Service, the quality of the Secret Service has really deteriorated and needs an overhaul. That's like the best case scenario. And it just gets worse from there if there actually is a conspiracy going on. Okay, but I want to look at, on this reading, I will look at Trump, Melania, and I will look at the Spawn, but I'm going to start with Donald Trump. How he is feeling right now about everything post-shooting. And then I'll follow up with how things might look for him in the future. Because, being shot at is going to shake you up. No matter how much you shake your fist and yells, fight, fight, fight to the crowd, it literally is dodging a bullet there. And how is that going to impact him? Okay? So, entertainment purposes only. What do I know? I'm just some random libtard throwing tarot cards on the internet. All right. How is Trump feeling with the energy around him after this shooting? Justice, reason why, you're asking why am I turning the card upside down? Because the deck's upside down. We've got the Justice card, the Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. Okay. So central to the reading is Justice. First off, he's going to say this isn't fair. He shouldn't be shot at. And he's right. But how apropos that the man who's going to advocate for a strong-armed, dictator-like ruling, an authoritarian-like ruling, guess what? Get used to it. That's what happens to authoritarians. People take shots at them. They don't want authoritarian rule. They want to change. So, it's kind of like, this is kind of like this is what you wanted. This is what you're going to get. So he got a taste of what being an authoritarian leader is going to be like. And that's going to shake him up a little bit as we get to the cross. Come back down. And that's going to shake him up a little bit because when's the next shot coming at him? Are there more people who are going to take shots at him? How can he trust his security detail after this incident? And there's a guy with the head wound and that bandage is going over his right ear. So, this is Trump looking over his shoulder like, yeah, I know I told my guys to fight, 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 but I didn't mean for me to get shot. This goes right back to the ellipse speech where Trump is saying, yeah, let them bring in their guns. They're not here to shoot me. You know what? He's not going to say that again. Especially as the information's coming out that the young man that shot him was a registered Republican and was wearing a T-shirt for a now I'm forgetting the name of the farm that he was with. Basically, he was wearing a T-shirt for a YouTube channel where the fellow is a retired ex-military, I believe in Texas, on a ranch, and he has all sorts of guns and shoots them all off. So this guy was very much into guns. He was registered a Republican, and according to testimony that's now coming out from classmates, they seem to recall that he wore Trump T-shirt. He might have wore a Trump T-shirt, and certainly when they had debates about in like a political science class, this kid always took the very conservative side of things. Even if the whole class is on one side of the room defending, it's like basically after the argument, who do you like or who do you think won? This one kid stood on the conservative side where pretty much all his classmates stood on the other side. So this is somebody with really strong conservative values. He's a Trumper. He was a Trumper taking a shot at it. And Trump's got himself, oh my God, why is he taking a shot at me? This is one of his people. No matter how much they try and spin it as, Biden, Antifa, wacko Democrats, whatever. This is one of his own. That's going to be a little bit, again, that's going to be a little earth-shattering. Underneath it all is the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, he's going to fundraise off of this, but Trump might start wondering if, he's done too much of a good thing. His messaging has been about violence and anger, and it's the pot boiled over and it hit him, and he got scalded, and he wasn't expecting that. In the past, you got the Three of Coins. How's he feeling about this? He's had his plans, his machinations. He's been doing things behind the scenes. It's, again, for Trump, this whole thing's been about money. He's managed, like with these Three of Coins, he managed to delay all 3 trials against him. The only one that we're going to get now is, well, we might get a hearing for the January 6th case, but certainly for the New York trials, the only conviction he's going to get. He's managed to stifle down other things that would have taken him down. All the court cases got delayed past the election. He succeeded in that. This could also be security planning and things like that he's got going on. This was the card that came out in my spiritual lesson. Current situation now is the Seven of Wands. He has wound people up so much. The temperature is so high that anything can trigger a boil over. When I was talking about this is the time for people to make their choices, this is the card that was showing me that. This is the time for people to make their choices. And here's the funny thing. The ideological Donald Trump is not the Donald Trump that's up there right now. And that's kind of the thing. Donald Trump has built up this mythology about himself and who he is and what represents. But as he's gotten more and more extreme, if he pulls back from that extremism a little bit, the folks on the extreme end are disappointed in him because he's not doing enough. He's not going far enough. And then they get mad and they get his attention and try and pull him back. It's the crab bucket analogy. If Donald Trump tried to, appeal to the center, the crabs are going to pull him right back in. Oh, no, you don't get to leave. You're our leader in misery. We will be miserable without you. You're not allowed to go. Misery, the movie. He's done it to himself. These are his people. Overarching energy is judgment. I'm asking how Donald Trump is feeling right now with his energy. He's a little leery. He fight everybody. But no, I don't mean fight me. I mean other people. And again, here's the angel with the trumpet waking up the dead here. With this incident, and Trump's going to call out his minions to fight. They're going to rise to the challenge. Not that they weren't anyways, but they will be out there. They will be out there in force. This is one of those things that we all need to get out and vote. Trump's folks are going to be there to vote. They will answer the call. The lesson to be learned is the King of Cups. Trump would have just as soon somebody have taken a shot at Biden. Entertainment purposes only. I don't know that. I'm just saying you got the King of Cups. Trump is actually, no, if we don't even make this about Trump's upset. Trump is upset because somebody took a shot at him and may take another shot at him. How did this happen? He's got all these plans. His people love him and will fight for him. So how did somebody change their mind? Who screwed up? In this part, who screwed up and made the miscalculation to the point that one of his own is taking a shot at him? Trump is pissed. Pissed. Outcome is the Ten of Cups. He's got his inauguration. He's been nominated as the head of the GOP. He's got all his court cases. Everything's coming up aces for him, other than this incident with the court case. All 3 court cases have been delayed. The Supreme Court's given him the power to be an authoritarian. All he has to do is be elected, and Biden had a poor debate performance. Everything is going great. Trump is peaking right now. And now he's been got a minor injury to his ear, and he can milk that for all it's worth. Get even more money on there. So right now, it's interesting. He's pissed that one of his own took a shot at him. He's pissed that that somehow somebody missed this, because he'll never take. He'll be pissed off at the Secret Service for not protecting him. He'll be pissed off for whoever didn't foresee this coming. Somebody had to see this coming. But he's taking full advantage of it. Which makes me wonder if, when I'm going to read on, how will this impact him going forward? Makes me think nothing. More of the same. Can I be shot a little bit more? How will this incident impact him going forward? How will this incident impact him going forward? Just a little four-parter. How will this incident impact him going forward? Queen of Swords with the Ten of Swords. Oh, that's an interesting combo. Things are going to be very black and white with him, because things might be coming to an end. Let's see what that's all about. Four of Swords. All these swords cards. Wow. King of Swords, Temperance, and the Ten of Swords. How is he going to react going forward here? He's going to have more say in the decisions, because he can't trust the other people to make those decisions. He might have had somebody who he was trusting to take care of things. Like this person right here was the person who's supposed to take care of things, but they messed up. And he could have been assassinated for that. So expect there's going to be terminations within Team Trump for this happening. And this could just be the Secret Service going with it too. Trump's going to lie low for a while and let things calm down. He might, he might cancel some rallies or postpone some rallies here. Part of it is he doesn't want to go out with that patch on his ear because it's going to look ugly. But, I would imagine post RNC, he's going to take a little bit of a break. He's going to let things calm down a little bit here. And he's going to have more say in his campaign, which is not necessarily a bad thing for the rest of us, because Trump doesn't always make good decisions. So it's like Trump's going to be Trump. The handlers aren't going to have much to say for him, but he's just going to double down and be more like himself. But he's going to let things calm down, and he's going to. I'm not saying that he's going to call for peace and harmony and stuff along those lines. He might call for that just because he doesn't want to be shot at anymore. But for him to do that, he'd have to call for guys on his own side, and that's going to cause him a little bit of a conundrum, because I don't think he knows how to handle that. He's never had fanatical followers before. Now he does. So that's part of a problem. He's going to have to decide if he's going to become more radical or not. I do think he's going to let the temperature come down a little bit. Maybe I wound him up a little bit too much. It's going to be interesting. Again, swords are about intelligence and intellect, and that's not exactly Donald's best suit. He's good at optics. He's good at reading the room and kind of manipulating people, but planning things out, that's not a strong point of his, and this is going to require planning things out. He's going to have to be careful going to his rallies. He'll probably be looking over, like that Nine of Wands is showing, he'll be looking over his shoulder whenever he goes out for his own rallies, because he doesn't know what to expect. He doesn't know what's going to come next. The crowd's become unpredictable, and he's right at the point where he's lost control of the monster. Dr. Frankenstein has lost control of his monster. Just like the GOP, Donald Trump was the monster for the GOP, and the GOP has lost control. Donald Trump is Dr. Frankenstein, and the MAGA fanatics are the monster. And he has to be real careful, because it looks like for a moment there, he lost control of the monster. we'll leave it here. Thank you for watching this video and supporting my channel. I hope you found this reading insightful. Nico says hello, and we'll catch you on the next video. Take care.